The Thing, also known as La Cosa, is a science fiction and horror movie directed by John Carpenter. The plot unfolds at a research station in Antarctica, where a team of scientists confronts an alien life form capable of imitating any living being. The group is overtaken by paranoia and suspicion while they attempt to determine who among them has been infected by the alien being. This movie delves into the fight for survival and the psychological tension that arises as the group confronts an unidentified danger. Here are some fun facts. The Thing is known for its pioneering practical special effects, designed by special effects master Rod Potting. The film presents shocking and grotesque transformations that surprised viewers when it was first released. This film, made in 1982, is the second adaptation of the short novel Who's Got Stare, authored by John B. Campbell. The initial adaptation was The Theme for Another World, created in 1951. George Carpenter sought to remain truer to the original's dark and paranoid atmosphere. The soundtrack for the theme was composed by Ennio Morricone. While famous for his spaghetti western scores, Morricone crafted a chilling and atmospheric soundtrack that enhances the film's tension and horror. The theme was shot in several locations, with a significant portion of the production occurring in studios and nearby areas in British Columbia, Canada. The selection of Canadian locations, with their natural beauty and cold climates, enhanced the film's authentic Antarctic setting. Some specific locations include Stewart, British Columbia, as well as areas around the Canadian Rocky Mountains. These places set the perfect stage for the sci-fi and horror story directed by George Carpenter. Despite its initial mystical reviews and commercial failure, The Thing has achieved cult status as the years have passed. The film has received a positive re-evaluation for its narrative and technical merits, now seen as one of the top sci-fi and horror films of my new generation. It did itself no favors by premiering just weeks after the film E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Why should you watch it? Because it is famous for its innovative visual effects and its gripping atmosphere. It has become a horror and sci-fi classic, loved for its intriguing plot and its ability to maintain a constant atmosphere of paranoia and fear. And if you need another excuse, it features Kurt Russell. What more could you ask for? The Abyss is a science fiction movie directed by James Cameron during the decade of the 1980s. The narrative starts with a crew from a deep-sea drilling platform that finds a wrecked nuclear submarine. The United States Navy, along with a team from the platform led by engineer Virgil Pat Brinkman, played by Ed Harris, and his wife Lisa Brinkman, is called to investigate. Maria Elizabeth Master Antonio is brought in to help investigate and recover the submarine. While the team operates in the ocean's depths, strange phenomena and encounters with a mysterious entity start happening. The narrative complicates as unexpected events put the team members' lives at risk. Some trivia follows. In order to shoot the underwater scenes, James Cameron constructed the largest water tank in the world back then, located in Gaffney, Southern California. This tank, known as the Atlantic Water Tank, measured about 150 feet wide, 200 feet long, and 40 feet deep. The production of The Abyss faced unique difficulties owing to its underwater filming location. The cast and crew spent long hours in the water, facing difficult conditions and experiencing the exhaustion associated with working underwater. The film was groundbreaking in its use of advanced visual effects to depict underwater creatures and environments. The effects used to create life forms and scenes on the ocean floor were innovative for their time. In the scene where the water pulls back to unveil a vast landscape on the ocean floor, called Abysmal Plain, was produced through a technique of image overlay and models. In miniature form. The intricate nature of the sequence transformed it into one of the film's most unforgettable moments. After the film's release, James Cameron put out an extended version of The Abyss with more scenes and a richer plot. This version, known as the Abyss Special Edition, provided more context about the story and characters and has become the preferred version for many fans of the film. Why should you watch it? Because the film delves into themes like the fragility and resilience of humanity in extreme circumstances. The Abyss combines elements of science fiction, suspense, and drama, and is known for its stunning visual effects and innovative underwater scenes for its time. The film offers a mix of action, intrigue, and messages about the nature of humanity, earning recognition as a standout work in the science fiction genre. RoboCop is a science fiction and action film directed by Paul Verhoeven and released in the year The story is set in a dystopian future in Detroit, a city plagued by crime and corruption. Break time 0.4. The protagonist, Alex Murphy, played by Peter Weller, is an honorable police officer who is brutally murdered in the line of duty. The company OCP, intending to control crime in Detroit, uses Murphy's remains to create a cyborg known as RoboCop. This half-human, half-machine is programmed to enforce the law efficiently. As he carries out his duties, he begins to recall fragments of his past life and seeks revenge against those who killed him. He discovers that his former partner, the corrupt Dick Jones, played by Ronnie Cox, and the sadistic criminal Clarence Rodica, played by Cuthbert Smith, are involved in a larger conspiracy. Interesting facts. RoboCop is an action movie that also serves as a sharp social satire. The story critiques the privatization of the police, corporate corruption, and ethics in law enforcement. These elements add additional depth and distinguish it as more than just a simple action movie. The RoboCop suit, designed by Rob Bottin, has become an icon of science fiction cinema. The design of RoboCop's suit and armor has influenced the portrayal of cyborgs and similar characters in other films and media. At the time of its release during the 1980s, the special effects of RoboCop were considered very advanced. The blend of practical effects and innovative techniques for the time contributed to the realism and striking visual representation of Murphy's transformation into RoboCop. The film contains various references to the pop culture of its time, including fictional ads and TV shows. Such satirical elements introduce layers of humor and social commentary within the RoboCop universe. The lethal law enforcement robot ED-209 was designed by Craig Davies, drawing inspiration from a safety sign that was displayed in Paul Verhoeven's office. This sign depicted a drawing of a man being struck by a machine, which served as visual inspiration for the design of ED-209 in the film. Why should you watch it? It is notable for its blend of intense action, sharp social commentary, and impressive visual effects. The film has been recognized as a cult classic and has influenced the science fiction and action genres, exploring ethical and technological issues that remain relevant today. And so, with that, we conclude another episode of If You Haven't Seen It, You Should Have. Give it a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.